At my biggest competition at 184, there's actually a returning national champion who moved up a weight class from 174 from Penn State. His name is Carter Strachey, great wrestler, he'll be good. And then actually the defending national champion from last year is back again at 184, named Parker Kirkheisen. So moving down, going into a tougher weight class, but I'm excited about it. The team's gonna be really, really good, so. So I have a brother who is a year and 22 days older than me, but we were always in the same grade together. So as our parents kind of set it up to where he kind of got held back a year. They waited for him for a year and they started me kind of early. So I've been young for my class my whole life, but I've always been big brother. It's kind of the joke between me and him. He's very introverted, I'm very extroverted. So I always say I'm big brother, and yeah, other than that, I am the oldest. So yeah, I would say I'm big brother. I protect her, try to, help guide the way for them a little bit and stuff. So yeah, I really love that role. So I was kind of a steady grower. Every year I kind of got bigger. So my freshman year in high school I was 170. The year after I was 182. The year after I was 195. And then I actually got really big, back up to like 220 pounds. And I could have wrestled 220, but I made the cut back down to 95 because I wanted to be a 97 pounder in college, because there's not really an in-between. It's either 97 or heavyweight. So that was kind of what made the deciding factor for 97. And then this upcoming year, I just, wanted to challenge myself, push myself. I thought that 84 would be really good, not just for myself, but for our team. And we had a guy leave last year, Peyton Robb, at 57, which kind of made a hole. And our 65 and 74 could both move down, and then it was up to me and Lenny, and we're like, let's do it. Let's drop down. Let's make it happen. So we have a really good guy coming in at 197, and a freshman named Camden McDaniel, who's really tough. So we're excited. We're gonna have a really good team. Early on, I was in 8th grade, and my dad just thought the world of me. He's awesome, but he thought that I was good enough to reach out to colleges, which I was not. It was so embarrassing for me. Like, I was like, please don't. But he texted like 50 colleges, and we're like, hey, you should check out my son. He's really good, all this stuff. And only 2 coaches replied, and one of them was Mark Manning here at Nebraska, which was cool. He was like, I'll keep an eye on him and stuff. So that was really cool. So we kind of developed that relationship early on between Coach Manning and my dad. And then I scheduled all of my visits for my junior year, and my first one was Nebraska. I came out here, took my official visit, and I fell in love. Indiana, they're Midwest, but they're not really Midwest. They're just kind of like mid. They're in the middle. But this is true Midwest, but it has like the same feel. Cornfields, everyone's super friendly, super kind, and I kind of it felt like home. It was far enough away to where I felt like I was being my own man, doing my own thing, but it was close enough to where I knew I could get home if I needed to get home and stuff. So yeah, I just felt like home, and I fell in love with the staff, and everything they were about, the team culture. It just felt right. It's the only way I can describe it. It sounds cliche, but it really did just feel like this is the fit for me. So I canceled the rest of my visits, and I committed like a week after I got back from my visit. And some really awkward phone calls calling other coaches like, hey, I'm not going to come and see you guys anymore. Like, I'm sold on Nebraska. And they didn't even get a chance to try to sell me on their program, but I just knew. Like, it just felt right, so. Yeah, no. I mean, I love where we're at. We have some good older leaders. It's weird to think that I'm one of the older leaders now, it being my 3rd season. But we have some really good older leaders. We've built a phenomenal culture, not just around wrestling, but just around guys who care about each other and want to see each other succeed on and off the mat. And, I think that's just a huge part of it, because we're in a very tough sport. It's difficult. So having a group of guys around you who champion you and push you and encourage you is huge. And that's what we have, from a talent standpoint. I think we check all the boxes. So I think the biggest thing for us is just that continued belief, that confidence that, I see growing in all of our guys. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this year is going to be a really fun year. I mean, I think that the goals are always the same. We want to win, we want to be the best. But beyond that, I think what's really special with our team this year and kind of the overall focus, for myself personally, but hopefully for the team too, is just seeing how good we can be. Like, I think that's the idea. If winning's on the pedestal and you try to go out and just win matches, you can wrestle scared, wrestle timid. So for us, it's just how good can we be? And the only way to answer that question is just to go out and send it as hard as you can every single time. So yeah, I think that's kind of going to be the collective team goal for us this year, just to wrestle free, to have fun with it, and just wrestle as hard as we can every time. A little bit. I'm really not a big film guy. And I like to just wrestle my match. I feel like if I get too caught up watching film, watching my opponents, then I'll try to change the way I wrestle to favor that match. And I don't love doing that. I just like to go out there and be myself and make wrestling happen. You can wrestle on your heels and allow the match to come to you, or you can wrestle, with intensity and make the match happen. And that's kind of how I like to wrestle. So I don't spend a ton of time watching film. If I do watch film, it's on myself. I'll study myself and see how I can improve week to week areas in a match where I may have struggled the week before and how I can correct that. But honestly, it's kind of strange in the sense that, for 6 months or our whole season, even starting now, it's always preparing. You're always preparing. So, I think the intensity doesn't change. It's constant. It's a constant grind. So. Yeah, I think NIL opens a lot of opportunities, especially for, just the added, benefit of having money and being able to truly focus on the sport. I think there's the extracurriculars that get involved in regards to scholarship stuff and things that just, as an athlete preparing to wrestle at the highest level, you don't want to have to worry or stress about it. So having that cushion and being financially secure, I think definitely takes a lot of weight off our shoulders and really allows us to focus and lock into the sports. It's been awesome. I love, it's funny, some people view the compliance stuff or things we have to complete as a task, but I think it's super cool how we get to, go and interact with the community and get involved and I guess in a sense kind of earn the money we're getting, but it doesn't feel like it, it just feels like we're giving back to the people who help make the NIL possible for us, those who are, putting money into, I guess, our pockets by helping fund the program and stuff. So I think it's super cool. I think it's awesome. They've always been super friendly and super kind with me. So yeah, they're great people.